Everyone, welcome back to our channel. And in this slides, we are going to explain about fake news detection using machine learning algorithms. And this project is done by myself, K. Sai Roshita, and other one as Sampat Kumar and that part. Like what exactly fake news detection is. Nowadays, all the people who are using the social media and we share a lot of things through social media. We generate communities and manages the data and we share that information, ideas and personal messages, information along with critical news and very vast group of communities were created these days using the social media platform and that indicates like very vast amount of data is generating and how exactly like the social media news consumes a double-edged sword. On the one hand, it is very low cost and easy to use. An extensive spread of fake news has a potential for extremely negative impacts on individuals on society. Therefore, fake news detection and social media is certainly mandatory. If any person believes in a news very randomly by saying it, whether it's fake or real, he can't even identify what exactly the actual thing is and what is the fake things. By building a model based a count vector, vectorizer, or a term frequency inverse document frequency in other articles in our data set. Like here, we use a CSV file to generate a data and to identify whether it's fake or the real one during using the training data set and the actual data set. For the contents, like the first slide going to be an introduction, and then after the system analysis, then after a database description, and then module. And it continues with the system design module, and you're able to see the output screens. And then after we go for the testing modules, and at last with a conclusion. Coming for the introduction part, these days fake news is creating different issues from sarcastic articles to as fabricated news. Like everyone blindly following the news and they are analyzing themselves by being in a situation by sharing the information easily. And obviously, a purposely misleading story is fake news, as we all know. And some of them now of the terms to dismiss the facts counter to other preferred viewpoints. A given algorithm must be politely unbiased since fake news exists on both ends of the spectrum and also given equal balance to legitimate news sources on either end of the spectrum. In addition, the question of legitimacy is a difficult one. However, in order to solve this problem, it is necessary to have an understanding what exactly fake news is. So here we are using a natural language processing helps to detect the fake news. And internet and social media made the access to the news information much easier and comfortable. Often internet users can follow the events of their interest in online mode and spread of the mobile devices makes this process even easier. And this leads of producing the fake news articles that are not completely true or even completely false. There even exists a lot of websites that produces fake news almost exclusively. What exactly the existing system and why we are using natural language processing tool using Python in this project. The existing system is a large body of research on the topic of machine learning methods of deception detection. It's nothing but we used a lot of algorithms in the previous existing system. And it has been focused on classifying online reviews and publicly available social media posts, particularly since late 2016 during the American presidential election. The question of determining fake news has also been the subject of particular attention within the literature. And what is the disadvantage of the existing systems? The biggest drawback is that most of researchers has been focused on classifying online reviews and publicly available social media posts. What exactly the proposed system in this project and what exactly we are doing is. In this, a model is built based on the count vectorizer and the TF-IDF matrix, how word relates to how often they are used in other articles or in other documents. Since this problem is a kind of text classification, implementing some machine learning classifiers along with using the natural language processing techniques, standards and text-based processing. The actual goal is developing a model which is a text transformation. This done by using n number of most of user words and or phrases. Lawyer seizing are not mainly removing the stop words which are commonly words such as the, when, under, though, thus, etc. And what are the advantages actually? Introducing natural language processing techniques, and it is one of the most big advantages of language processing techniques we are using on this project module. Algorithms like SVM and Naive classifier can improve the accuracy even more. What exactly system analysis consists of? The first part is like domain description, what exactly we are going to do. And machine learning tasks get classified into several broad categories in supervised learning. The algorithm builds a mathematical model from the set of data that contains both the inputs and desired outputs. For example, if the task were determining whether an image contained the certain objects or a data, including the outlines of the object. Here is a domain description uh, picture, how it's categorized. The machine learning is categorized into supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and reinforcement learning. And supervised has regression techniques, decision trees, random forest, and classification, as we know. And unsupervised have a clustering techniques, association analysis, and hidden market models. Algorithm description and what all the algorithms we use in this project is linear SVT algorithm, multinomial naive Bayes algorithm, logistic regression classifier, random forest classifier, RGD classifier. What are the technologies we use in this project? Anaconda Navigator, all as I know, everyone knows the graphical user interface included in Anaconda distribution that allows you to launch applications very easily. And it also manages all the packages of the Python and environments and channels without using commands and command prompt lines. And we use a method called NumPy, which is used in the Python programming language and which supports a large multi-dimensional arrays and matrices, along with a large collection of high-level mathematical functions to operate an arrays easily. And Sky, Scikit-learn as a free software machine learning library, as it is used for various regression techniques and clustering techniques, which made a Python to be developed very easily using this method. And Matplotlib, as we all know, like whatever the graphic sense has or whatever the comparison, we use a pie chart or a bar graph or a linear graph. Like Python has this Matplotlib, which turns our work so easily to compare the data very easily. And this also includes object-oriented API for embedded plots into the applications and into tools. This module implements a number of iterative building blocks inspired by constructs from EPL, Haskell, and SML. Database description. A data collection of an instances is a data set, and where we work the machine learning methods, we typically need few data sets for different purposes. And what exactly training data set consists of? A training data set that we feed into our machine learning algorithm to train our model, and testing data set, a data set that we use to validate the accuracy of our model, but is not used to train a model. It may also be called as the validation data. What terminology we use more, and what's the use of this Anaconda tool and fake detection using the Python and natural language processing is. Instance is nothing but a single row of data is called an instance. And feature A single column data is called a feature. It is a component of observation. And data type. The features have a data type. They may have a real or integer value or may have a categorized original value. And what are exactly labels are? A label is a thing we are predicting. Here comes a module description. User module dataset collection. It gathers all the datasets of the building a model and contains more instances and features. System model consists of data pre-processing by using pandas module, data frame checking the shape, size, or head, or whatever the actions we made in the article, and applying any necessary transformations if required. Module description consists of feature extraction, applying various classifiers, accuracy of results, and visualization graph. And here mostly we are using a scikit-learn library and data given points, improving the accuracy by making necessary changes, and how, as we discussed, the matplotlib changes into a bar graph or representing what exactly fake news is and what exactly the real news is. And here is the system design. Like firstly, we are extracting the training data. Then after using the TF-IDF module, we are using a count vectorizer. Then after we are performing the test train split, then after the training models, we use a passive aggressive algorithm like multinomial naive Bayes. And then after test on a holdout set, then after results and pegged models were generated. Here comes the technology description, how exactly what Python is doing and what exactly the natural language processing involved in the Python. Like, as we all know, like Python has a high level interpreted, interactive and object oriented scripting language. And here we use an Anaconda tool. Like Anaconda Navigator is a desktop GUI included with lots of libraries pre-built as for easy to navigate all the libraries and modules. And it's an API which have a lot of packages, environments, and channels without using the command line prompts. And here is another algorithm like linear SVC, where a support vector machine, also known as supervised learning model, which associates learning algorithms that analyzes data, use it for classification and regression analysis, giving a date of training examples. There is a random forest classifier and naive classifiers as algorithms which we use it to implement this Jupyter module and Anaconda module to be very easily. These are the output screens, like what exactly how we are gonna represent. Like we are representing our data in a confusion matrix. A matrix is a technique for summarizing the performance of a classification algorithm. As we all know, we all use it here, classification techniques and predicting techniques over here. Here is a conclusion. This project is developed by the detecting fake news that generated in the social media. Nowadays, a rapid growth of social media generates thousands of fake news articles per day. This leads to a lot of problems for people and differentiate between fake and real. What we can do, a future enhancements in the project is we can develop a structural manner, and this project can be more efficient by connecting to social media like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and gathering news into dataset by using respective application interfaces and analyzing those data and detecting fake news that generated about last second or the latest fake news.